We have just started another day of Damsels and Dice. No! Okay, I'm gonna go. It's recording. It's a little dicey, but this is
how we roll.
Not how we roll.
Come on, man. Come on.
At any rate,
So like it one day.
You don't have the announcements? Actually, we didn't an episode. We did a handy dandy one shot. It's going to be part of the series of one shot Wednesdays. This one is actually going to be an audio only podcast, where essentially the players would review a particular instance that interested them and they wanted to know what happened if they made a different decision. So essentially, in a parallel universe, if they had turned left instead of gone right, what would have happened? So that should be up at some point. Fingers crossed.
Terrible things happen.
We should put it up between the last episode and this episode.
Yeah.
Horrible things
So
happen.
it's
Decisions were made.
that was really bad.
To an alternative scenario of events that transpired. Go ahead and go check that out. The link should be in the description below. But anyway, with that, go ahead and get started. What do you guys remember from last time?
Okay, so I spent most of my time in the forgery, and Emma's moving the camera. Emma, come here. Sorry. Let's see. I spent most of my time in the forgery, making armor.
Just the forge. Just the forge. The forgery is what you do when you're faking names.
Well, maybe I did fake my name, so I did that too. I
did that too.
I told the one dude my name was Eve. Willow. I met Willow, who was watching me do my thing. And then you did almost made that mistake with Jacob.
Me and Jacob went around selling wine all day, and that's all we did. No, just kidding.
You all did go and sell, at least the prospects of wine ended up absconding from the rest of your responsibilities. Trying out the sale of Wyatt's wine, which was not yet completed. After having a glass or two, certain advances were made and essentially guilt-tripped by a very naughty pigeon.
That basically sitting. I'm not going to say that because I don't want to ruin it.
The decision was made instead of pursuing this particular tryst to fess up, to confess that the matter with the sprites was not over and that they were indeed still working with them. Jacob, feeling relatively betrayed, needed to ensure that Talavin was in her right mind and asked to meet with Talel, in which they had a very long conversation in private. That's what was spoken of. Before an hour and a half, Talavin was forced to wait outside of the room in agony, waiting for her friend to return. He did, but there are some bruised feelings in the mix, as Talavin did convey certain information about her past, which she considered sensitive, and felt that the trust was betrayed.
Just like a lot. But it is what it is.
Afterwards, he did wander off.
Oh man, I forgot all about that!
Shoot!
Went on a ride with you and Warrior, and afterwards, you all took a slight walk around where he presented you with a cloak pin, a circular device that has this kind of silver sword embedded in it, meant to keep up some kind of garment or cloak. He has one for you, Warrior, and in a way seemed to confess some kind of feeling, saying that he cared very deeply for you. Afterwards, you all retired. Nora, you spent a considerable amount of time in the forge and managed to fix Sophie, the ethereal managed to fix some very treasured pieces of armor.
And then you started your bag of colding.
Yes, I made the bag. I still have to do all of the...
Magical.
Oh, it's gonna take forever.
Well, it's a good thing.
Yeah, I think that's... Is that all we did?
I think so.
You guys drift off into sleep after a very, very long, relatively emotional day. Talavin,
Yes.
once again, you wake up next to that very familiar lake. The same silhouetted trees, the same silhouetted mountains. Still see the crescent moon before you. Millions and millions of stars. You don't see them.
Okay. Well, I have my handy dandy new super awesome sigil that I made. That stays on my body at all times, so it should be with me.
Your sigil?
My little holy symbol.
Your talisman.
Talisman.
Holy symbol.
Talisman.
Yeah,
I'm gonna write that down on every page so I...
a carving on the ground.
It sounds like your name.
Talisman.
Calvin and Talisman.
That's how I remembered it.
Oof, I was listening to their bard shit way too much last night, I think. And I'm gonna step away from the water. Learned my lesson one time, don't need to learn it again. And I'm just gonna kind of like hold it in between my hands, and I guess I'll just say a short prayer to my new patron of healing, Elistray. And I'm just going to, I'll say, what am I going to say today? I don't really like anything that I wrote down so far. I'll just say, I wish to be a vessel for your healing so that others may be brought into your light, and that I may protect those that need protection. And that's all. It's like a little short prayer. And then I'm just going to kind of just like hold it, and then I'm just going to like put it back in my pouch so that they don't lose it in my dream. Oh no. Natural 20. This is gonna end up just like yesterday. I roll all my good shit in the beginning.
As you speak these words reaching out to illustrate, you hear a
No!
ready to make a dexterity saving throw.
I stepped away from the water. I said I stepped away from the water.
You did.
I stepped far away from the water. Because I fucking knew it. I fucking knew this shit was gonna happen. God damn it. Shit, that's terrible. That is an 11.
You take 8 points of
Yes.
lightning damage
This bitch.
from behind. You feel it
Oh.
surge up your spine and your back arcs instinctually. You sound so rehearsed. You sound so...
Oh my
How
god.
do I say it? Insincere.
Oof.
Goodness, have you never prayed before?
No.
You see Bay, her translucent form, this kind of silvery blue wolf, with electricity, with sparks of lightning coming off of her fur, off her paws, from the tips of her ears. She just looks at you, this burning energy, just pulsing in her eyes. She just looks at you like, really? I wish to be a vessel for your healing. Why don't you just meditate and think about how you could stop somebody from getting hurt in the first place? You ever think about that?
No, I guess I didn't.
That's unfortunate. Apparently my training has done absolutely nothing for you.
Oh, how I've missed you.
Have you really?
Every waking moment.
That look of sheer panic when I come through just really says it all.
It's inspiration.
I'm going to let that one slide. That probably doesn't apply to anything else. Anyway, I just came by to tell you, don't try so hard. Be sincere. If that's it, being a vessel isn't the word you would use, just use what you would normally say. Help me be better because I'm not.
I'll try that one next time.
Please do. Anyway, I can't stay for long. Do you need my assistance in anything, or should I just leave you here to hold that? Actually, it's very pretty, very shiny. You probably spent one time on that when you did your prayers.
I kind of like get like a deadpan look on my face. I'm like, oh God. I miss you when you're gone, babe. I miss you when you're gone.
Does this mean you want to train with me? Oh, I feel so flattered. She comes in and she rubs up against your back, and you can feel almost like a static electricity. Just these micro sparks.
I'm like slightly like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
You, her lean, lithe form, this almost like liquid of dancing shadow comes by, and she looks over her shoulder and she says, well, I don't really have anything else to say, but if you want to train, I could push back whatever I was going to do.
I'm sorry, this is out of character, but I literally love Madison's Bay. Like, it's just like something about it, man. I just can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna compose myself here. Ooh, it's just so un-Madison, like it makes me insane. Okay, get it together. No, I have some things I want to talk with Malik about tonight.
Oh, did you hurt his feelings again? That's going to be an interesting conversation. I'm sure I heard him whimpering about it.
Oh, dear God.
She just stands, she trots by the edge of the water, her form illuminating the dark surface.
Oh, well, I hope you weren't too unkind.
Oh no, I was just being myself. For what it's worth. He seems to take comfort in it, believe it or not.
I see that. I take comfort in you as well.
Are you being genuine?
Yeah, no, I am.
His eyes suspiciously. Before raising back, like, my theories confirmed about you. At any rate, go on, go prance off to the blue-flamed eyes. Her tail swishes. Just remember me.
How can I forget you? Ooh! Another 10 points of damage. Don't be sarcastic. I'm not! I swear! And then I'm just gonna kind of like, is she gone now?
Make a perception check.
Is she gone? Ooh, that's not great, but that's not terrible. That's 17.
17. She sounds at least further away.
You know,
Hear very faintly. Oh, woe is me.
oh,
No. Whatever shall I do if I don't have someone to constantly berate and question?
Oh. God. Trauma queen. How did my mother put up with it? I'm just kind of like, Talavin's just kind of like in her head, just like, what on earth? Just like so highly amused and just almost a little affectionate. She's just like, she's a special character. And then I guess I'll I guess I'll just like kind of call out to Malik. I'll just be like, I'll just say his name. I'll just be like, Malik. And I'll just kind of like look over and see if he appears. I don't know if he says all I have to do is call out to him. Oh no.
There's a pause. And then emerging from the shadows, you see these two silvery blue eyes alight with flame across the water.
I'll go that way.
You walk across and watch his obsidian wolf form step out from the shadows and sit, his eyes watching you. As you glide across.
Okay.
That same deep, rumbling voice sounds like rolling thunder, sweet and fruity. Yes.
I blink every time I try to talk to him. Can we train tonight?
What would you like to train with?
I want to be able to more easily summon my wings in the real world and here, but mostly the real world, if I needed them in battle.
This might be something more custom to base skill set.
She's motivating, but I feel like you could help me be focused and motivated as well.
Very well. He stands.
This man out here trying to wants attention. He's out here trying to not get attention. Men.
You walk to the edge of the pool, and very similar to previous times, he gets to this one point around the side of the lake, and all of a sudden, there's this coalescing energy, this silvery platform forms, followed by an archway, and this canopy that just builds up. There's a training area. He steps up onto it. You watch as he steps into it, his form once again this magnificent, majestic wolf towering above you. As you enter the overall platform, you can see that there are elements of the silvery training area, which some of them have been laid with leaves, inlaid with different vestiges of elves and wolves, which is all intertwined.
Oh. Interesting.
He just sits, gaze down, pause, out before him, gestures for you to sit.
And I see the crisscross applesauce with my hands clasped in front of me.
Hands open
Okay, open.
on your knees.
Like out, like up like this, palm up. Okay.
He nods.
Okay.
Think about why you have been struck.
I've
As
been.
far as I'm aware, only tried the one time. You were successful.
Oh, just the one time. Okay.
You only tried once since then.
I always feel like I'm too distracted in the real world.
Perhaps that should be your focus. Not losing concentration. Not losing that spirit, that will, to something else yours.
I guess I'll just try to I guess I'll just try to focus on how it felt that like one time that I was able to like get my wings in the real world, like how I was able to like in that instant where I really needed it, I was able to use like I guess the situation that I was in, like I guess I was able to use that to like fully concentrate and focus on what I needed to do in order to save my friends.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, this is good.
Natural 20, so that's a 26, but it's a natural 20.
Begin focusing on that focus point. Begin focusing, using that as essentially your mantra. You begin thinking it over and over. You weren't alone. You got this. You are surrounded by others. You aren't going to fail. And even in those times of trial, you need to be able to recall that, remember that. And instantly you feel that burst of energy. No, not just a flickering flame, but the entire surge of energy through your entire body. Hadn't quicker than before.
Yeah, that natural 20 fucking whipped that shit out. And then I guess then I'll just start one phrase at a time. I'm just gonna repeat my mantra. So like my first part is I'm not alone.
Make an intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence.
It's even facts.
But that's not very good. That is an 11.
The energy pulls back, not in the coalescing way, but as not being as sustained as you wished.
I'll just move on to the next part because obviously that part's not helping me. And then I'll just say, they are with me. And in that moment, like, I see who was with me when I needed them. Like, Crater was there for me. And then Nora broke free. In that instant, she was there for me.
Okay.
It's gonna be fucking charisma, I know, goddammit.
You're riding the line between two of them. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, that's good. 24.
The energy once again pushes out, surges through your body, and then begins to automatically coalesce. You feel it running along your spine, you feel it pulling, as if something were being dragged through your veins, edging its way under your skin, up to the skull, to your shoulders.
And then I say, I will not fail them. Why did I write fail twice? And in that moment, I see how I was able to save Talel in that instant. And that he is alive. Oh, what? Sorry, like, Nishda.
Wisdom again. Wisdom.
My mom is sending like 10,000 pictures of me on my iPad. What's happening? That's not great. That's an 18.
18. You exhale as you feel the energy begin draining through your body.
In a good or a bad way? Oh, a good way.
It was so fast.
That's so fast.
Wow.
Yes.
You glance over and you see in those stormy winds that you're gray fading into white. You swear you see a few feathers that possess some kind of lightning bolt.
Oh, they're so cool.
Malik, at this point, kind of gives you this curious look. Does that seem like
I kind of get like almost a sly grin on my face. And I'm going to be like, well, really, I just wanted to try them out on you. And then I want to step forward into like, almost like a defensive attack, like, stance. Let's have some fun. You beat my ass last time, so.
He just looks at you curiously.
Come on. You know you want to just have a little bit of fun and all your terrible, all the other bad things you ever do.
Oh. I'm probably like rolling on the ground. I probably tripped as I like went forward. Yeah.
You're still on the ground. I mean, you're meditating on the ground.
Oh, I mean, I guess I didn't say I stood up, but like I was sort of.
As you go to stand up, what did you roll? The weight of the wings at your shoulders takes you slightly off guard. And as you go to get up, you face first on the ground, then sprawled out at your side. He just looks at you, and you hear a partial snort of amusedness.
And I just kind of like.
Perhaps it would be better if we focused on ensuring that you can continuously summon what you wish.
Okay.
You've proven yourself in combat. But when it counts, when it really matters, you seem to have difficulty in summoning this. Once you have them, that is a different matter.
Obviously, I just tripped over myself. Like a damn fool.
Focus now on spelling them.
Okay. So.
Focus on relinquishing that energy and summon it again. Quicker this time.
Okay. I'll think about like. So like how the process is like. I try to like think about like doing the opposite, or like just like feeling that energy just kind of like drain away. And
make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
22.
You do nice. As you begin focusing, you remember some of the things that Malik has said before, talking about using how you shouldn't necessarily use your anger, how there needs to be vengeance, or there needs to be justice, but that does not necessarily translate into vengeance and hostility and torment. And he has spoken before about this kind of release, that once you get to this point, you need to be able to let go and sometimes show mercy. And those words in that moment fill your mind as you exhale and you feel the energy dissipate. And you look to your sides, and your wounds are no more.
Okay.
Just focus. Try doing it faster.
Okay. That's pretty fast. I guess I'll just repeat my entire mantra together this time. And hopefully, hopefully that'll, and I'll kind of, I'll think about, this time I'll actually think about how, like, Bay and Malik are always telling me that, like, they're there if I need them, when I'm saying I'm not alone. And then when I say, like, they are with me, I'll think about how,
Oof. I don't want to think about that. I'm trying to think of
another, like, good.
Hmm.
Ooh, I guess when I think about they are with me, I'll think about how easily all of us together defeated that second giant crocodile, because we were like together and we were like as one. And then I will not fail them. I'll think about, not gonna think about that because I almost died that time. I'm gonna
do a little thinky think. I will not fail them. I will.
And this one's like hard because it's like I haven't saved enough people yet, in my opinion. Okay. I'll think about how we were together, me and Nora, in, well, sort of Zoom, I guess he was more freaking out. We were able to save Spice when she needed us, even though we didn't know her.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh man, this better be good.
Oh, that's kind of cocked. Come on. Nope, it's not. Okay, well,
That sucks. That is only a 12. Fucking stop.
You begin focusing on all of these instances, each one coming to you. You do feel that slight flicker, but it's not enough to coalesce the rest of the image that you have in your mind.
Okay. Then I guess I'll break it down again. I'm gonna have to break it down.
One instance. Your mind is too scattered. You need to be able to think of one moment that coalesces, that pulls together all of these things. And in that moment, remember how you felt. How you got there. What you intend to do. One moment. Because in battle, you have one shot. You have one fraction of a second.
I guess really my best one is... I guess my best memory is the day that I got my wings in the real world for the first time. Because I had Nora with me. So I wasn't alone and they were with me. And I didn't fail in saving Talel. So like that memory kind of holds like the most togetherness for all three.
Make another wisdom saving throw.
Dice. I'm giving you eyeballs. 16.
16. The energy pushes through the rest of your body. Just having a hard time focusing, coalescing that one particular place. This is, you got it harder. Remember how you felt.
I'm going to think about how the instant my wings came out and Crater appeared next to me, how I felt like confident and my like all the doubt that I was feeling in that moment as I was trapped in that Manicore's teeth faded away because I knew that I wasn't alone and that I could do this.
Make another wisdom saving throw.
It's fucking hard, damn it. 9. This shit is good, okay? This dice is just fucking me.
Begins to fade into that warm flicker in your chest. You hear Relic breathe in and out. He sighs. He says, it just takes practice. It takes focus and practice. Relentless practice.
I just kind of like nod. I'm like super disappointed right now. Did so well the first time. Can't get it up the second time. Damn. Fucking sucks. Okay.
You feel the energy fade. He says, again, they may be better accustomed to incentivizing you in this particular venture. Something else you would like to train with me.
I just don't know what to train Malik with. It's so hard. Because he's supposed to be more of like a guider for my past issues. I guess I'll just ask him a couple questions real quick because I have a couple little questions for him. As I'm kind of just sitting there like super hella disappointed in myself. I'm gonna ask him, I'm gonna be like, I know that you're with me sometimes, but this, twice now, this cloaked figure that I've seen in the Sprite Village and now the other day in
Pasto, which is where we are, pretty sure. Pasto? Yeah.
Pasto. I don't,
Sorry, note spasm.
nope. I can't tell if he's part of this or not. He seemed like he was on the wrong side of this, but I can't seem to get a read off of him. Can you give me any guidance on what might be happening with these sprites and this figure and what they have in common? Oh, my words are terrible. I can't. Ugh. Word vomit. Terrible at this. This is.
He takes a moment and his eyes close. For a moment, the flames extinguish as he closes his eyes, raises his head, and breathes in. He meditates. You hear him exhale before hearing his voice come back to you again. His eyes opening, flames reignited, the silvery blue flickering by the edges. That is actually one of the points we have been discussing. We too are trying to discern the intent of the individuals behind these various attacks. Nothing has become clear as of this particular point in time. There are some suspicions, but whatever the case may be, it seems as though this individual just kind of looks distant for a moment. Perhaps they're lost. I can ask some people about it. But there are some things that are clouded even to our own eyes. You think he's on the wrong side?
Because he was there when the sprites were being attacked, and I attacked him and he did nothing. And when we chased after him, he ran away. And then when he was in the village, when we arrived, but then he left. And I couldn't catch up to him. I wasn't fast enough.
Perhaps you should find this individual then.
I just kind of like, nod a little bit. I'm like, all right, well.
You've encountered many individuals in the past. Why does this one bother you so?
Well, technically, I know, but I don't know that. Talavin doesn't know that. I'm not cheating.
Oh, I didn't tell you.
No, did you?
You still haven't talked about it.
Yeah, we haven't talked about it, so yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we haven't talked about it.
You haven't talked about it.
Hey, we need to talk.
I brought it up multiple times, but the
I
conversation.
know, we just never,
Whatever.
we never got around to it because we're
I thought I told you.
so damn busy with our own bullshit.
We need to bond. That's
We
what
have
I'm
we
saying.
need girl talk again. Shopping. I'm kidding. No, we're not, no. It was just the way that he was almost passive towards who should have been his comrades. He didn't seem to care whether or not we killed them or not. It just makes me think that maybe we could help bring him onto a different path.
Make an insight check.
Oh shit.
Oh, no, that's a good.
I don't know if it's good or not. He's been disappointed in me a lot recently. It could just be another jab for me. Nope, that is a 10.
Okay, good to know.
Don't know shit. I can just feel the disappointment oozing off of him. It's all I can think about.
That was not disappointment.
It could have been. Madison knows how to make me feel all the disappointment all the time. It just coalesces in my back and my neck and shoulders.
Back, neck, and shoulders disappointment. Sorry.
Bard.
Oof.
Sorry.
He inhales and exhales again. Says, if this is where you wish to turn your knowledge, I'll see what I can do. But, are there any other questions you have for me? Any other training? Otherwise, you ought to practice relentlessly. That is something I cannot necessarily help you with.
This man makes it really hard to spend time with him. I swear to God.
You have to earn it.
Yeah, I know. I don't like earning it. Should have just kept him to myself. Should have been no bait, no illustrate, just smell it. He'd have to help me. And I just kind of like nod and I just say, I will practice relentlessly.
Nods and stands. If there's nothing else, I will move forward with the inquiries.
I just kind of nod. I'm like, thank you.
Begins stepping around you, and in that moment you kind of feel his muzzle kind of tap your shoulder as he's walking away. He says, do not think this is disappointment. I feel like you're asking the wrong questions to the wrong people. Or rather, the right questions to the wrong people.
I'll try to get better.
He steps off into the darkness.
He did a tap. He did
He did a little tap, so it's okay. I feel only a fraction better, like a fraction of a fraction.
Is this emotionally scarring?
This is why I will never date. I can't handle it.
It's too much.
Okay. Does he disappear into the darkness?
His form hovers, lingers near the darkness for a time before just dispersing like the shadows themselves.
It's like anxiety, but like I love talking to her, but it's all anxiety.
You're talking about Doctor. You mean Malik?
No, May.
Oh.
My heart starts to race as I stand up. I head back towards the beach.
Oh no.
Oh, man, away from the water. Oh, well, if I call her, she might come back. She might be.
As you make your way to the edge, you feel yourself coming to consciousness.
Oh, that's too bad.
Time spent.
That's me waking you up.
Nora,
Yes?
Nora,
What?
you also slip into unconsciousness.
And then you wake up.
And after a time, your eyes open to complete darkness. There are speckles of midnight blue sky above you, only vaguely available through the canopy of trees, the black silhouetted trees above you.
So I woke up in the forest area. Okay. Cool.
A few moments go by before you see a hooded figure come, pulls back his hood as he makes his way through the trees. And it's Jasper. His pale skin almost illuminates the surrounding area.
Super pale, that's gross.
He's smiles. He extends his hand towards you. Says, glad you're finally getting some sleep.
Me too. Wait, sorry.
Hands out.
Oh, okay. I give him my hand. I give him my hand.
You clasp his hand and he pulls you to your feet. He says, well, you wish to train today, or return to sleep. You've been working very hard. I saw what you did with the shield. Rather magnificent work.
Oh, I was just very happy that I could give Sophie back his memories. And yes, I would like to train tonight.
Then let's go. He extends his arm out for yours.
I take it.
Oh man, this is as soppy as fucking Tello and Jin, goddammit.
I want to listen.
Before you reach that familiar tree, and with a quick wave of his hand, the trees bend and fold, and begin weaving and twisting into familiar training area, illuminated by the starry sky and a sliver of moon, which was not there before.
I comment on it. It's like, there's a moon now.
Nod to the silver-haired empress.
Bitch, you laughing?
The one who your cousin now serves.
Oh. I should talk to her about that sometime. I'm afraid we don't talk
He
very
guides
much.
you up onto the mat. He also steps on. What do you wish to train into?
Well,
We can go over anything for old time's sake.
I did have a question before we get into something more involved. Do you know anything about the sprite disappearances?
There have been a few rumors that have reached my ears on the matter. I can't say I know too much about it, but it has become an increasingly worrisome problem. Especially given the season. What do you remember? Come on. You should know this.
The sprites help bring spring into full bloom.
Almost. Kind of gives you a look. Make a history check.
Oh, shoot! Shoot! Okay.
That's good.
That's good. 21?
21?
Yeah.
You look so sad for a moment. You would remember that, yes, the sprites do help bring about spring, but primarily they are woodland guardians. They help another race actually help bring about spring. So they work in tandem. And you would know that it is the pixies who actually help bring about spring. The sprites help, but it is the pixies who focus on growing and breathing life into the landscape again.
Okay. Oh, right. The pixies help bring in spring, and the sprites are guardians of the woodland creatures in the forest.
He nods and smiles. Kind of gives you a playful flick on your ear. He's like, I knew you would remember. You're always clever. But, at any rate, that is more concerning in my opinion. I've been in contact with a few individuals who may have some kind of information on the matter. But they're taking a long time to get back. And as powerful as you may perceive me to be, I don't have the connections necessary to gain the information as readily as others.
I see. She kind of hesitates for a second. Is it perhaps because you have to leave the Feywild because of me?
No, this has been a consistent thing for some time. You have to be one of the main council members before being considered for other groups to participate in. I have not quite reached that status, and I did want to for a while, but I'm beginning to see the drawbacks. Slight poor planning on my part, admittedly, but it does allow me some more freedom to roam about, gather information for myself, rather than hear it secondhand from a bunch of stuffy book dwellers.
Stuffy book dwellers. Another question. I had a whole list of them in my head. Okay.
At this point, you hear, "Oh, woe is me! I can never get anything ever. I'm so alone." You hear one of the forms vanishing into the darkness.
What was that?
You don't want to know.
Don't mind her. She's one of the other inhabitants of this particular dimension. You needn't worry about her. At least, you don't need to worry about her. Your cousin might, though. Bit of a firecracker, that one.
Literally.
What other questions do you have for me? I've missed this. I'm actually teaching you something. Instead of telling you to flee for your life, you realize how refreshing that is. Which, by the way, you still need to be worried about that.
Yes.
And that is one of the reasons I did come. You need to make sure that you're not staying in one place for too long. I think you'll be alright now, and with Sophie skillfully readjusting your name, everything should be alright. At least for the time being.
Yes. He does have lovely handwriting, but that's besides the point. Yes, I will not stay in one place too long. I got excited because of the forge.
The forge here is nice, but nothing like the one you're used to working with.
That is true. But it was nice to create something again.
When they see you creating far more. You're working on enchanting, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Or at least that's your intent.
Yes, I have a lot of enchanting to do in the near future. It's going to take up a lot of time. I'm making a bag of colding.
Really?
Yes.
You're combining the two then.
Yes.
Should be very interesting. I can't wait to see your progress.
I'm excited to show you. Let me see. Let's see. I hope this isn't getting a bit. Oh wait, no. One last question. And I'm trying not to copy after you, but I'm gonna ask about the obsidian dude.
You know how to
Oh
do
wait,
it, dude.
no. Oh sorry. Yeah. No, I didn't see. You told.
Yeah, I told you.
You told me that he was in the town. Okay, yeah. There's been this individual that was attacking one of the sprite villages. They were just standing in the background. I didn't see them at first, but they were standing there and the other three were attacking. But whenever it appeared that we were going to beat them, this figure killed its comrade and gave me a healing potion for Talavin. And then they walked away.
That is odd behavior, admittedly. They didn't speak at all.
I did not hear their voice, no. And Talavin said that she saw the same figure in town yesterday.
I don't know.
You said it, Nora.
much information that's readily as available, but it's possible.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's alright. I just thought it was odd how he healed his enemy. Either way.
What was the overall essence of this individual? What insights were you able to glean from them? What do you think of them?
Well, they
I
were
mean, yes, it's odd behavior, but what does that mean?
They-
Testing your analytical skills.
Oh no.
Maybe you can give me some ideas.
They were completely covered. Like, they didn't want their identity to be known. They were wearing a mask in all black. And then they headed north afterwards. Can you roll insight checks in the past? Do they have to be in the moment?
You can. I would say you can reflect and try and glean something. So I'd say yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna roll an insight check in the past.
A past insight
A
check.
past insight check, yes.
What are you inciting? What are you trying to glean?
I wanted to kind of see their attitude towards what was happening. Like, they were observing, they were studying. Were they, seemed like they enjoyed it? I don't, just kind of their attitude of what they were watching.
Okay, good. Roll insight check.
11.
11. Thinking back, usually for insight, you need to be able to see someone's facial expressions. This person, or various body language, this person was holding very still and seemed to be observing. But when action was taken, there was some form of interaction. They were not being an active participant, but they weren't stopping what was going on.
Okay.
So kind of like a passive bystander.
Sure.
They just seemed to be staring at what was happening. It almost seemed like a test. Like, the three who were attacking were just pawns, and this person was a more major player, and they just wanted to see if they could attack a sprite village and collect them.
Interesting.
Hmm.
I'll do what I can. Try and figure out what's going on. Maybe some people I know will have contacts who I can reach out to.
Thank you. They were headed north, and I think we're headed there next, so we may run into them again. Maybe not. Let's see. I don't have any questions. Think. Alright, okay, I was working on my meditation the other day, and I don't know if it was more difficult in the real world, or if it was just my lack of focus. Is the real world summoning any different than in this realm?
Not that I'm aware of. You have to be able to really focus and hone in on either specific instances or emotions. You have a very analytical mind. Sometimes thinking about it and step-by-step processes may very well help you. Sometimes it just takes practice. As does anything. If you were naturally perfect at everything, what fun would that be?
Well, you tell me.
He actually throws his head back and laughs to the sky. Like, I wouldn't know, but it's flattering that you think so. He looks and he says, you do still have this
look at mine. Like, yes, I do still have it.
If you really are struggling, I wouldn't recommend using all of it in case of an emergency, but I'll always try to respond as best I can.
Thank you. I know I can count on you.
Just remember, though, there are only so many times you can use that in a day. And you only have so many words to convey your message.
Yes.
It's not an open dialogue, as we've discovered.
Yes, we have discovered that. But yes, thank you.
Is there anything else? His eyes dart from you off to the forest. Straightens up. Unfortunately, I think we're out of time.
I look in the direction he was looking.
Make a perception check.
Yes! 22.
22. As you glance over, you swear you can see two silvery blue eyes, like licking flame off in the shadows before it vanishes. It's only there for a fraction of a moment, and you blink, and it's gone. He looks back at you. Just kind of gives a smile. Keep to your training. Don't burn yourself on the forge.
I will not. Before you go,
Yes.
I don't think I've ever thanked you for how much that you've given up or that you've done. You've saved me countless times. So I wanted to thank you in case I never have.
Kind of gives you this genuine, soft smile. It's my duty and an honor. But he comes over for a moment and he actually presses his forehead to the top of yours. Hand under your chin. Kind of gives you a couple little taps under your chin. Like, now, focus and wake up.
Okay. I wake up.
You still open your eyes. Inhale. You still feel the warmth of his touch on your forehead. On your chin.
Dear God. This is literally worse than pillow and gin.
I didn't say anything. That was like my best interaction with Jasper.
Mine just keep getting decreasingly worse.
Okay.
Me!
Oh, oh, dear.
Oh,
She's such a little shit. I fucking love it. Like, literally, she's my horse. She's a warrior.
But anyway, you wake up, come to consciousness. It is early in the morning. Zoom is asleep, passed out, arm draped over the side of the bed. See Adriel on the opposite side.
No, they're on separate beds now. We got everybody a separate bed. Everybody has a separate bed except for us.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And Jin and Talal.
So he's on the cot then. He's on the
Yes.
cot and she's on the bed.
Okay, I'm gonna stretch and be happy, and then I'm going to just rouse Talavin.
Talavin, you are coming to consciousness in those moments whenever you feel a gentle grasp on your shoulder and a gentle shake.
Wake up. I just kind of like wake up. I'm like, sigh of small disappointment, but I'm awake.
Talavin. Yeah. Do you want to go on a ride this morning?
What do you wish to do? This is your third day in Pasto.
And it's early morning.
Is it our third day? It might be our fourth day.
No, it's your
It's
third
the
day.
third day because we
You
got.
arrived there and then you said you were going to spend 5 days.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
I'm
So
gonna.
this is your third day here, full day.
16. 16, 17, 18, yeah.
And we like, Talavin, do you want to go on a ride and then meditate so we can get out of town?
Yeah, I'd like that.
Easy as that. We just, it's like 5 a.m.
You all adorn
So
yourselves with the appropriate garments. Bring with you.
Quietly so we don't wake anybody else up.
Make a self check.
Fucking shit.
18.
19.
Both of you, quiet as can be. Both of you, quiet as can be, dress yourselves, quickly wash off your faces, and head outside, locking the door behind you.
I grabbed
Casting alarm again, probably.
2 apples on my way out.
You reach into your pack and grab the 2 apples. You all head down the flights of stairs, out into the brisk morning air. You can now smell. There's a little bit of the smells of the city. You can definitely get a nice morning whiff of the livestock at the back corner end.
And just because the Madison is the Madison, I am fully weaponized and have all my shit with me.
I figured.
I had to say it out loud.
You do have to say it out loud, but
Me too.
good. Gathering up all of your things, you go out to the stables and find your horses. Quite happy to see you.
Oh,
You see warriors, his heads bobbing.
My little baby.
Looks at you eagerly.
I give him the first apple. I give him the whole apple.
He eats it greedily. He's so happy.
As he's eating it, I just kind of like lean my forehead against his and just kind of like give him a kiss on the forehead.
He takes it, kind of niggers.
And then I'll take the second apple and I'll slice it up and then smush it and give it and put it in the Firefoot's like food bowl.
Okay.
Because it's probably still a little sore.
He's still a little bit sore, but he's looking a little bit better. There's a little bit of a better brightness to his eyes. Before there was just kind of this dulled energy, but now there's a certain amount of brightness. He is by no means fully recovered, but he's doing a lot better than he was. And then you see Sasana pacing back and forth.
I just kind of stay away from her.
I go up, say, Sasana, how would you like to go for an early morning run?
I would like this.
I think my horse is, I mean, he's fast, but I don't think he's that fast.
He can fly.
Yeah, I know, but he needs to work out a little bit.
Exactly, that's what we're doing.
She is very excited.
I'll make sure.
Make an insight check real quick.
Who?
Your horse. Nora.
That's good.
18.
She seems pleased or happy that a promise was kept.
Oh, that's nice. I just promised I would ride her the next day, right? Did I
Yeah.
promise I would run her every day?
No.
It was just the next day?
You just said, I promise we'll go on another run tomorrow.
Okay.
You said early morning. You know, we'll turn back now, but I'll take you in the early morning.
Okay, good. Alrighty, so I'm going to start saddling her up.
You all,
If that's the right term.
Yeah, saddling up, tacking up, saddling up.
you all pack up, saddle up. All
Um,
of your place, everything is put in its proper place.
I'm gonna make sure Firefoot has fresh hay, water, and food. And then I'm just gonna put like a rope, my normal neck rope around Warrior. And just kind of lead him out and wait for Nora to finish tacking up.
You all, in tandem, walk out together and head for the entrance of the city.
Damn, I meant to leave a note. I meant to say that, but then I got like carried away with what Max was saying. And do what it do.
We'll probably be back before there. So.
Yeah, probably.
Alright. I'm going to.
Make an animal handling check.
Both of us?
Yeah. Just for funsies.
21.
13.
13. Warrior, whenever you get on him, you see, for half a moment, he leans a little bit on his other legs and just looks up at you. Kind of looks over at you.
And I look away. And I kind of like, actually, no, I look down and I'm like, we need to be getting in shape. We can't be getting lazy. You know better than this. But then I give him a scritch on the neck.
He puts his weight back on it.
But I give him like a little scratch on the neck.
You, Nora, go over and for a moment you look into her eyes and you just see this burning, this readiness. But she stops pacing just long enough for you to get on safely.
Okay.
As you all head out of the town, it does not begin sprinting immediately. You get the sense she's ready.
Mm-hmm.
The gate guards, who are not quite up yet, and one of them stirs as you all approach and announce yourselves. Really, what? Oh. Fine. Goes over. Pulls the gate wide. Go on.
Go through.
I go through. And I'm just kind of like eyeing Nora and her horse. I'm just kind of like...
You already see the crazed look in Sessina's eyes. The moment you're outside, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Well, I was expecting it though.
You're expecting it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's what she did last time.
Alright, you get to do it with advantage.
Yee. Alright, you said strength. Thank goodness.
Oof.
7.
7. Even
Your strength is
bracing
like
for it.
Oh wait, no. It's an 8. It's an 8. But that's not... it's not much better.
Oh yeah, that's drastically better. You were bracing for it. But she starts off in a canter. Goes from a quick trot to a canter before taking off. And this slight change of pace slightly throws you off. And you are partially thrown back. You need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, I'm better at dex. Come on. Okay,
Hey, that's
okay.
pretty good.
23.
Your hand instinctually reaches out, grabs a hold of the saddle, and manages to catch the reins before they are yanked completely out of grasp. And you pull yourself up and you assume the proper stance as she begins running faster and faster, leaving you two. What are you doing?
I mean, I'm gonna race after her for a little while, but if she's too fast, I'll just start flying. But he needs a good gallop to get some. But he's a bit heavier anyway, so.
Faster. The warrior was made for combat, for speed, but only short bursts of speed. He was made more as a long-term endurance rider.
So I'm not gonna. Then I guess I won't. He's not gonna be at like a full sprint, but like just like a solid gallop for a little while, just like an endurance. Like we're gaining strength.
He tries sprinting initially, and for a moment, maybe 15-20 seconds, you all are neck and neck. However, he begins settling into a stronger gallop as Sasana continues racing forward. Faster.
I say we gallop for like a little bit, and then like kind of when I feel him start to just tire just a little bit, like where he kind of like takes that like initial like deep breath of like then I'm gonna ask him to fly.
Okay. Make another animal handling check.
Animal handling check.
As Sasuna begins sprinting faster and faster, and
He comes to a complete halt and bucks me off.
It's a one.
That's like your third one.
That's like the third one today.
As he's going, as he's inhaling, you give him the signal, and he just gives you this sideways look like, really? He just glances back at you, can see he does begin the process. He doesn't disobey you, but when you signal him, that moment when you need him to leap into the air, it takes him several more strides than what it should have. As 1, 2, almost 10 seconds of him stretching his wings and beginning that whole process. He should have been ready in an instant.
Yeah.
He's gotten faster.
I mean, you
no
did.
sugar
like,
cubes in store for you.
You and Zoom were on him, so his wings might be a little bit sore because he had to carry a lot more weight than normal for a long time.
Hey, he's a big, strong, powerful horse. He should be.
Who has not been out running and flying for almost 2 weeks.
Well, I've been
Riding him for like the last 3 days. That's good. That helps. He's gonna be a little sore, but
In order for a muscle to not atrophy, you need to exercise hard at pretty much. If you have a break of 3 to 5 days, that can be very detrimental. It's not that he's out of shape by any means, but he is a working animal. He is bred for this, and he's used to a much stricter regimen than trudging through swamps.
me too, buddy. Me too.
Dun, 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 dun.
And then to take off into the air. Make a quick dexterity check.
Right, because he didn't put any of the stuff on him.
14.
14. The canopy of trees is still above you. The path is not completely clear.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Essentially,
That's dumb.
the trees do form relative archways, kind of reaching these branches, these tangled, massive branches. And you do get a couple of scrapes as he bursts through. Just They're not. You don't take any damage necessarily, but it's agitating.
I brushed the branches out of my hair.
And faster. Until finally, a little bit of foam gathering at the side of her mouth, she begins slowing to a more of a gallop, more of a canter's trot. And then she slows, and then just starts walking.
Would you like some water?
I like water. I like apples better though.
I'll give you an apple when we get back.
Fun. It was fun. Fun. She continues walking.
So when I start flying, like, do I eventually see them?
Yeah. Eventually you do see them.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably after 5-10 minutes of all of this happening.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a clearing anywhere? Well, I guess we don't even need a clearing. We can just kind of.
Make a perception check.
I'm just waiting for them to catch up. So we're just walking until
16.
16. You spot them on the road, and you see there is an area off to the left-hand side that does seem to be a little bit clearer, which doesn't look completely swampy. You don't see a lot of gathered and stagnant water in that particular area.
I'll guide Warrior down towards that area so that, like, is it like cleared of trees too? Like, there's not a lot of overhang.
There's still some overhang.
But is there anywhere like to land that's not a bunch of overhang?
Not in this area.
So that's my best bet.
Probably.
it's a mini meadow.
Mini meadow.
Well, I'm gonna head for that. I'm gonna like guide him that way to land.
Alright. Make another animal handling check.
Poop.
Nora, you glance over your shoulder, make a perception check.
We do a crash landing.
Is it a 1?
Yeah. No, like literally it is.
I don't
That is my fourth one today.
I got a 1.
She got a 1.
I don't see anything, but I'll hear you crash.
You're focused on listening to Sasana's breathing and do not see anything over your shoulder. Talavin, you are guiding the warrior down further. He begins gliding, and he sees the area that you intended, and does not go for that area. begins to, but the speed at which he was descending was a little bit too fast, and he just barely bypasses the area, clipping some of the trees with his hooves, and you all land right next to him.
Would I hear the crash?
As you're cutting through the branches, you do take 1 point of damage. Both of you take 1 point of damage from just getting battered and scraped by the heavy onset of branches that just braid you as you. And he lands, and there's just this big splash of mud as he gets himself up. His entire front's just covered in swamp water.
And I'm kind of like, 'cause from the crash landing, I kind of like landed on his neck a little bit, and I kind of like sit up. And I guess we kind of like look at each other and we're like, we're going to have to practice this.
Would I have heard the crashing? Can I roll another perception
Sure.
to hear the crashing? 17.
17. You do hear a very loud sound, and as you glance over your shoulder, you do not see anything in the sky. Peering between the trees, you do see what looks like a bunch of muddied feathers.
Oh. I'm gonna stop Susana, and I'm gonna be like, let's take a break.
Do I get water?
Yes, you get water. Yes.
I get water.
Come on, let's come off the road. I love Susana.
You guide her into the swamps. At first, she's a little bit reluctant, but I'm gonna give her another little nudge, and she goes down into the swamps.
I ride Warrior into the clearing before I get off.
You ride her into the clearing, and it's a nice dry patch of mossy, harder earth.
And then I get off and I press digitation.
How far away are we from the road? Like, are we a good distance from the road?
No, you're probably. I mean, you can still see the road from where you are, but there's a lot of obstruction with the trees.
Okay.
Perchance with that perception check that I had, did I see anybody else on the road?
Hard to tell. That's not what you were looking for.
Oh.
Oof.
Well, we can just do a listen before we start.
Yeah, do we hear anything after we get settled?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
17.
As you all gather.
Natural 20. What the freak?
What is round? Tell us!
Around, absorbing the environment. You do not hear any insects. You do not hear any birds in the immediate vicinity. You glance over, look up the road, look down the other side of the road. It does not seem like you were pursued. It does not seem like anyone is on the road coming. And there's nothing that you can tell in the woods. In this particular wooded area.
Nothing. Nothing watching us. Nothing creepy crawling us.
You do see a pair of eyes by the edge of the water for a long day.
A long day!
It's a snapping turtle.
It ducks into the water.
Get that thing
If it's
away
a turtle,
from
how
me.
did it duck into the water?
That's like a really big turtle.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Alright, so Talavin. I understand that we both have certain abilities.
Yep.
And I believe that we go through something similar in order to achieve the thingy.
I'm following. I'm following. The thingy. Okay.
I want to be cool. Okay. So I thought we could meditate together, or maybe we could meditate out loud together, or maybe something to help. Just practicing in a group,
Yeah.
perhaps.
My Corey spirit, Bay, helped me create a mantra that helps me.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you have one of those, but
Yes, I do have a mantra. Oh, by the way, does Susana seem like she's gonna bolt, or do I have to, like, tie her reins down?
Make an insight check.
19 plus insight. Yeah,
She
23.
seems eager to get back to what she wanted in the first place. And she, at some point, as you all are talking, you see her kind of sharking, going back and forth, just kind of pacing nearby. You did tie off her lead rope.
Okay.
On her halter.
Yeah, because I didn't say that I did, so don't want to wake up and there's, like, no horse.
She seems like she wants to keep moving.
Okay.
That thing still is not really her forte.
Gotcha. And I got her water. I didn't say that either, but I made sure to get her water.
yeah, I gave him some water too.
As they're having this conversation, Warrior, it seems to go over, and he begins kind of nickering at Susana.
What's he saying?
Are you listening in?
Snoop.
You can't help me read lips from this.
Hey, girl, you come here often?
Entirely, he kind of looks at her, and you get the sense that he's just kind of like giving this like subtle nod to her. It's like, very fast. She's like, I know, I'm the fastest. Gives a nod. Like, perhaps one day we'll be able to race one another. I would very much like to. Well, actually have a proper trial. She's like, I'd like that. I'd like to beat you.
Boy, you get your ass handed to you just like I do. You better calm down.
And he kind of gets this sense, he's like, I bet you can't fly. She's like, no, I don't need to fly to beat you. Going back and forth. You can see like he kind of like almost like his tail like irritatingly bent. It's like, I have to work harder. You probably do.
Bro, she a whole bitch.
Watch how well behaved he's gonna be on the way back, though. Alright, that's all I listened to.
Yikes.
That's all. Thank you for that. Okay, so I'm gonna sit down in like the middle
Race
of
is bad with the ladies as I am with the men.
You make a perfect pair.
Yeah, we do. We're great for one another.
Alright, I sit down. I'm like, okay, how do you usually go about?
Well, I usually focus, so my mantra has like, I guess like 3 different kind of like statements. And I try to like focus on one statement at a time. And I just try to like, I just kind of like say it out loud, and I try to think of an instance where that, like where like I felt that part of my mantra. So like the first part of my mantra is I'm not alone. And I try to just think about times when I basically didn't feel alone, and like where I felt like I was surrounded by people that made me feel happy. I don't know. I
Did you
guess.
feel accepted?
Yeah. Something like that.
I see. And I accidentally lied to you earlier. I do have a mantra. Mine is not quite as complicated, or as long as yours is just a one-liner.
Hey, short and sweet can be good too.
All right.
I don't really know how to go about this
I don't
with somebody else trying to do the same thing.
I don't know how to do this. Okay. Well, I usually think about things like that as well, because my mantra is, I will prove myself. So I think about times whenever I was successful and managed to defy the odds and proof that I can do things on my own.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I think I may have met one of your companions in your dreams.
I kind of look like slightly worried. I'm like,
She
oh
sounded
god.
very.
When she says she, I immediately like eye pale a little bit.
She sounded very sassy. She sounded very sad too. She kept saying, "Woe is me."
That would be my Corey spirit. That would be Bae.
Hey.
She has quite the electric personality.
Nora doesn't get it. she doesn't know Bae.
But no, she's been very inspirational in my journey to gain my wings. Oof, there we go.
Nice. Well, Jasper's been my only companion throughout this. We usually sit down and I usually say aloud what I'm trying to think through. So times whenever I'm trying to prove myself.
Okay.
I could maybe take turns.
Yes.
It feels like
It's just a little weird, but okay. Yeah, no.
it's like if this doesn't work, we never have to do it again. Because
Okay.
really awkward. Not gonna lie.
It's okay. You don't have to be. You don't have to be embarrassed in front of me.
All right. Does she come sit down?
Yeah, I'll sit like just like about like a foot away from her, like my legs crossed, and then like my hands palm up like Malik, like I did with Malik.
Okay. Yeah. I was already in that position. I forgot to say because I sat down and did that. Like okay, so you sit like this as well. Okay. Maybe I'll go first.
Okay, you go first.
Time whenever I wanted to prove myself. So, you know that whenever I was younger, I wasn't exactly accepted into my Drow clan because I am half Drow and half Fae. So, they've always. It's not that they thought ill of me, it's more like they never expected very much. So my goal is to prove myself and prove that their doubts in me were ill-placed.
Okay.
And I'm focusing, by the way. That was me focusing. What are you doing?
What
Why
is
are
she
you
doing?
rolling?
What is she
Why
doing?
Are you rolling? Someone's watching.
She's been rolling this entire time that we've been talking.
What
I'm
are
getting
you doing?
my anxiety is spiking through the fucking
She
roof.
got a 20. You can't see anything.
I'm not worried about us. I'm worried about like leaving fucking Jacob and Wyatt with Talel, Jen, and Spice. I'm freaking out.
Think about that.
I'm freaking the fuck out right now.
Gosh darn it.
Now I'm actually really freaking out.
Why did we leave the children alone with matches?
Oh god.
You don't have to worry about anything.
Oh, now I'm more worried. Oh great.
Well, we don't know.
We don't know anything. They don't know anything.
We're just focusing in the moment.
So the phrase that you focus on is.
I'm literally so worried right now.
Yeah, my mantra. I'm focusing on my mantra.
Alright. Make a charisma saving throw.
Yay! Charisma is my best. Charisma is my best. I got a 19. That means 25. Level up.
After talking with your cousin, after verbalizing all of these things, you take that second, you focus, and you feel that flicker turn immediately into this energy that begins trying to pulse through your entire body. It doesn't begin to coalesce, it doesn't begin to reach all the way out, but you feel that it's not just a flicker.
Okay.
What do you do?
Well, I was gonna let you go, but I'm gonna go.
Yeah, no, you go. No, you
I'm
go
just
ahead.
gonna keep going.
Go ahead.
Let's see. So talk about proving myself. I'm gonna think about a time when I proved myself. Actually, Well, I actually proved that I could fix the armor. And I actually succeeded. And it was a very good experience. And I proved myself to Willow because he doubted me, I guess. Even though he didn't matter too much. Yeah.
It's about proving yourself to those
who doubt
you.
Yeah.
Because I can help her because she's talking out loud to me.
I am.
So I'm going to help her out a little bit.
Then we can finally metagame.
There's no more pigeons!
So you are, whenever she's talking about these things, you are helping her. Okay, make a charisma saving throw with advantage.
Yay! We did it!
Now you can give yourself advantage and not be cheating and get electrocuted by the DM.
21.
21. The energy pulses into every fiber of your being. You feel it in every vein. You feel it in every nerve. Every muscle is tense, quaking with this energy, as if it's vibrating. And you begin to feel it pulling back, as if it's dragging its way through your veins.
Okay. Talavin, I think it's working!
Let me think.
Let's see, so, what I will do, what I have done,
So now you're kind of doing like past, present, future, so what's something
I
you...
can do that. I'm proving to myself now that I will succeed in lowering the DC. I mean, in bringing my wings out. I will do this to prove to myself that I can do it. Oh, prove to myself, like, prove myself to others.
But you're also
An example.
proving yourself.
Proving myself to myself. Ha!
You're also giving yourself confidence. Like you're raising your own self-confidence by believing in yourself.
Yes, Talavin. I am.
All of the ridiculousness going on.
Yes.
Make another charisma saving throw.
I need to write down what I just said. Okay. 15.
15. It stops. It stops from pulling. It hasn't dissipated, but it's at this. It's just at this stagnant point.
Okay, I'm gonna, like, I kind of see her struggling for a moment. I'm gonna reach out and I'm going to, like, interlock one of my hands with hers. And I'm gonna say, you can believe in yourself. You've already done this. Because she did do it when I needed her the most. And I'm gonna tell her that I believe in her.
Okay. Make another.
And then I believe her.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, that's not as good.
Uh,
Oh no. No! I got a nat one twice!
Wow, I really don't believe in you.
To combine by the will wings. That moment that she clasps your hand, you can't help but think about the warmth of Jasper's voice. And
Whoa.
where he says that he believes in you. And her saying that suddenly brings back all of these memories and you begin feeling the energy dissipate.
Wait, is it dissipated?
Dissipating.
Can I turn that around and be like, Talavin believes and Jasper believes. I was distracted by Jasper, but they're both. Can I say?
And I'm just gonna kind of like squeeze her hand again and be like, focus. Kind of in that like Malik voice. I'm like bringing my inner Malik out. Focus.
What'd you say to make?
Intelligence.
Intelligence? Okay. Come on, man. No! Wait, with advantage?
She's helping you, yeah.
20! Bro, it was a 4. It was a 4.
You begin focusing. You harness that piece, that analytical piece of there are now 2 people who have seen you prove yourself. Surely you can do it again. And you feel that energy pulse once again and extends. It begins coalescing along your spine. You feel it just dragging up every single nerve, every vertebra. And you feel it burning at your shoulders. You're right there at the cusp.
Ah, shoot. Okay. Okay.
I'm trying to think what else.
Okay, so you said, logical.
So- You proved yourself to Willow. You proved yourself to yourself. Me and Jasper, I believe in you. Jasper and I believe in you. Maybe like you succeeded in, like proving your worth to others by like bringing joy to Sophie when you brought him his repaired armor. I don't know, because like I kind of like lost it after I believe in you. I was trying to do like a past, present, future, but now it's like, now I need more. Cause you want, cause like you want to feel, I don't know, so you want to feel accepted, you want to prove yourself,
I'll prove myself to everyone. No one will doubt me.
okay, let me think. I'm trying to think of something.
Is this what you think?
Yes.
And I'm just kind of like helping her. I don't know, like I'm just kind of like being like, focus. I'm not really, because like I kind of like petered out there for a little bit. I'm like, oh, I don't know what else to say. I don't have, but I'm like just trying to help her like focus on certain things.
Charisma.
With advantage. I need it.
Oof.
13.
You're right there at that cusp and it begins to fade.
Okay, pulling.
Self-doubt. As you think everybody is such a daunting number of people. How can, when so many other people have doubted you, how can you suddenly turn them around?
Baby steps.
I'm gonna see her starting to like, does she kind of get like a look on her face of like self-doubt maybe?
Her features.
Okay,
Frustration.
I'm gonna kind of like squeeze her hand a little bit, and I'm gonna say,
Squeeze.
focus on one thing at a time. You can't control everything. You have to focus your mind.
I focus my mind and think I'm gonna prove one person at a time.
Okay. Make a charisma saving throw.
With advantage?
You are helping her. You're
Come on,
channeling your
please.
inner. Technically, it's your
Okay.
inner divinity.
Channeling I'm not electrocuting her, so technically.
21.
21. The energy pulls back.
Oh! Is it working? No. Good.
Before
Whatcha?
surrounding her are these midnight blue wings just emerging from along her shoulder blades. You can see flecks of silver sparks along the tips, and they ombre from this midnight blue into this silver that at the very tips almost are pointed and jagged like daggers.
Ding, 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 ding.
And I just kind of like squeeze her hand a little bit and like smile at her.
I thank you.
Kind of
for
like
helping
showing
me.
how proud I am.
Thank you for helping me. Yeah, I kind of like slap him a little bit. I was like, I don't actually know how to get rid of them.
I tried it in one of my dreams and I just focused on basically like regressing that energy a little bit. But you don't have to right now. Maybe I can get my wings and we can fly around a little bit. You want to try that? I mean, I don't know if we should be flying around because God knows what's around. But we could try.
We may be a little too close to the town.
Yeah. Plus, I think you only have him for so long, but I don't know that.
And then I kind of look up at the canopy. I'm like, and also the tree canopy.
But also.
But also, in this.
Yes. I'm gonna do like a couple little like boom boom just to like barely get myself off the ground.
Make a strength check.
Okay. Just not a lot. I just want to hover just for a second and then float back down. Okay. 18.
18. With expert precision, you stand and you're able to hover 3-4 feet off of the ground, maintaining it.
Yay. Okay. Then I'm just gonna kind of like vulture down.
You glide down, feet hitting the soft earth beneath you.
Alrighty. Very proud, but also, okay, I need to get rid of these things in case someone comes by. Okay, so to get rid of them, I'm just gonna think about, let's see, I got them by thinking like one person at a time, proving myself, and then I have already proven myself to myself. So that part is done. I'm gonna think that.
Make a charisma saving throw without advantage because Talavin did not say anything.
Okay,
You were just
that's fair.
this.
Natural
She
19.
doesn't need it.
Wait, that's not tilting, is it?
No.
Okay. No, it's good. Natural 19 and so 25.
You exhale. You have proven something today. And the energy dissipates, and you feel the feathers glide away from your body. And as they hit the ground, just dissipate into this silvery blue smoke.
Ooh. Cool. I don't say that out loud. I just think it.
As I'm still sitting up.
Okay, I'm like, alright, it's your turn now. I'm gonna sit in front of her and be like, you supported me, now I'm gonna support you. See, that's the first support. You're not alone in this. I'm gonna get it.
I'm not alone because I got Nora with me.
Okay. So as she kind of sits back down, I try to I take a deep breath and I just clear my mind. And I just relax. And I repeat the first part of my mantra that I'm not alone. As I have Nora here with me. I'm not doing this by myself. And then she said, what'd you say?
I'm gonna help you like how you helped me.
Yeah, so
I'm here to support you. Bestie.
Make a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, this would be intelligence. This is logical thinking.
Logical. That is true. There is another person.
23.
23. You feel that flicker of energy deep in your chest. You feel it pulse. You feel it begin to coalesce throughout the rest of your body.
Is there
You
physical
feel it
response?
pulsating in your limbs. You don't see any.
Okay. I was just curious if you could see little sparkles.
Lightning shooting through my veins.
No. You feel the energy coalesce, begin to form down your arms. It's taking hold. What do you do?
And then I say my next part, which is they are with me. And I'm thinking of how it felt waking up this morning and Nora was there for me and she asked me to come and help her with this, and it made me feel we're slowly getting close, our camaraderie is getting more and more, we're getting closer and closer. And then I don't know if you have anything to say about that.
Oh, I do, yes. I think this is a good exercise in us to become closer.
And stronger.
And stronger as a power couple.
Power couple. That is not canon.
Make a wisdom saving throw. Because she's helping you with advantage.
Oof. Oof. 14.
14. The energy begins dissipating, pulling back along your limbs.
I'm like, don't be discouraged.
And then I guess I'll just say my last part, I will not fail them.
You have not failed us.
And I guess she'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Run away to cheat the system. Ding, 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 ding. Advantage for you. Advantage for you.
A what?
Wisdom.
Okay. It's not bad. It's not terrible. It's better. 18.
18. The energy begins pulsing back through your body. You can feel it wanting to curl up your spine. You feel that urge. You need to give it something more.
Let's see. Think about all that you've done so far. How much that you've done for Talal and Zoom and the other.
I don't want to know what she's doing.
What are you doing? Stop it!
You're distracting me! So as she's saying this, like she's saying that I haven't failed them, I think about how, like, I kind of think about how I've helped Zoom and, like, how like, when he spoke to me the night before, how he, like, almost made it seem like I'm one of the only people that's treated him. Like, I've made him feel like he's not alone.
Make another wisdom saving throw.
Nice.
Since
that's
she didn't say anything.
But
No, she did.
Did she?
Yeah, she said you haven't failed them. Think of all the things that you've accomplished.
Okay, then you do that.
We need that advantage.
Oh, I still need a lot more advantage. That is only a 17.
Only a 7.
17.
I mean, it's not enough, though.
That's just about.
Eee.
Just about. You begin feeling it pooling along your veins. It begins to shoot up your spine, dragging along every nerve, every fiber.
Okay.
This weight, it's lying there in weight in your spine, along your shoulders. You feel the outline. You could swear it's burning through you.
I'm going to think about, I'm going to say, fucking shit.
What about the people that we know? That doesn't work. That's not good for yours. Intelligence. Like.
I need a wisdom. That's my highest one.
I don't know how to do wisdom.
I don't know how to do wisdom very well either. I mean, I've been doing it, so I'm doing something right.
I think that's reflecting on the emotions of the past.
Okay.
I could be wrong. You make me feel like I'm not alone.
Why did you do that? It sounds like it looks like me.
Why are you doing that? Stop it! It looks like Spinley.
I'm gonna kind of, okay, so she says how, like, I make her feel, not alone and accepted. But I'm also gonna think back to that moment in my dream earlier where Bae almost seemed affectionate when I said something to her and she, like, brushed up against my back, and how that made me feel just, like, a little more connected to her, which made me feel less alone.
You make me feel special.
Oh, good. I need to just get this. I'm trying to get this DC down. You're not helping me.
I mean, wouldn't it be wisdom?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no. The thought of Bae scares me. That's really bad. That is only a 15.
The energy maintains, but does not progress. I feel like if you can get just that push, that last little push,
Like guidance?
like do something.
Like guidance? That is way cheating, I think.
You don't know. Something to give you that push.
Guidance! Whenever I touch her hand, I'm gonna cast the guidance on her. Because I don't think it's a touch thing. I think I can just do it.
I think it is the touch.
This feels like a glitch. Like a, what's it called? A cheat code in a D&D world.
It's a cheat code in the
get,
D&D world.
Sometimes it can't save you. Sometimes it can do that.
That little, like...
Yeah, you can't use it in battle because it's an action to cast, but...
Okay,
I'm going to give you advantage too by grasping your hand, and I cast the guidance, and then I keep looking at your mantra so I can play off of it.
It's okay, no, because if you say something, then I can probably play off of it too.
Yeah, let's see. We're with you.
And I just think back to, as she says that, I just kind of see like flashes of like how, and they're not all like good memories, but I just see like our adventures so far as a group, and just how like, even though they haven't all been good times, we've all been together.
Make a wisdom save.
With advantage in guidance.
Oh man. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16. It's not that good.
You're right at that push.
Do it again. You are not alone.
I can like feel myself like right on this.
Feeling in your spine, you feel it just rippling against your shoulders, as if there's been a fine line just being drawn over and over and over.
And I'm just gonna just focus on the I will not fail them. And I think about that first Sprite village that we went to, and it was burned to the ground. But then I think about how we saved the other village, and how I didn't fail, even though I almost died. But I don't think about that.
I was gonna say you gave it your all for that.
And I just think about how I prevented it from happening again. Helped prevent. I didn't do it by myself, but I helped prevent.
That's a charisma saving throw.
That is so ass. Does she cast guidance on me again? Oh, that's only a little better. Okay, that's a lot better. That's a lot better. That is...
She didn't say how she helped you.
Yeah.
Yes, she did. She said, because she said it again. She said, we are with you. And then that's when I was thinking about how I didn't fail them because they're with
Okay,
me.
I couldn't tell what was Kinsey and what was Nora.
That was, sorry,
No, I've been Nora this whole time. I am Nora.
26.
26. You feel the energy draw up your spine suddenly. And dissipate. Fade. Before the same smoky gray ombre into the white cream.
We're so cool.
Do Sasana and Warrior do anything?
They're just like,
You look over and they're just having some
Okay.
kind of interaction.
Just make it.
oh my god. He is tied up. He is not doing a damn fucking thing.
Did you say you tied him up?
She didn't say she tied her horse up, but she got to tie her horse up.
She clarified later.
That motherfucker is tied to a fucking stone.
What are they doing?
I will beat his whole ass. I'm facing them though. What the fuck? How do I not notice this?
They're over to your left-hand side. Oh no, they're over to Nora's right, your left.
Fucking perception check. What the fuck is going on? 18. I look over. What are they doing?
The first thing you do as soon as eyes whip over and look at them. They're just over there. Notes touching from time to time.
Complete sus eyes to Warrior.
He doesn't seem to notice.
Yeah, he'll notice later.
Alright, yeah, you did it!
Little
Your wings are lovely!
stink. Thank you. Yours are quite unique, honestly.
Yes, they're the only pair that I know of. that is a particular shape and size. Yours as well.
Probably.
That's canon, by the way.
Yeah, yikes.
Yep, whenever we're by ourselves, we can just like,
Yeah, it's just all yikes.
there's no one to prove myself to. Alright.
You roll your shoulders and they naturally flare.
I'm gonna do the same thing that Kenzie did. I'm gonna stand up. I'm not gonna be sitting when I try to lift off because I already tried that shit once. That is a 19. So 19, 20, 22. 22.
You leap and you hover 3-4 feet off of the ground, maintain it before letting yourself glide back down to the ground.
And as I'm gliding back to the ground, just before my feet hit the ground, I'm thinking of just calming myself and like retracting that energy.
Okay, make another wisdom saving throw.
19.
19. Just as you land, as soon as your feet touch the ground, this dark smoke just dissipates around your form.
Yeet.
Are you ready to head back?
Yep.
I need to see what's going on. That's me. Alright, I'm going to get Sasana and we're going to ride back.
Yep. I'm gonna move.
Perception. There's no one around still, right?
Perception.
Make a perception check.
Shit. That's a 13.
14.
Yikes.
13, 14. Glancing about, some birds have come out. You see there's a couple of woodpeckers.
Okay.
Well, there are a couple of woodpeckers.
There are a couple of woodpeckers.
What are they saying?
Close.
She wants to know what they're saying.
Yeah.
A lot of things.
Oh god.
Because we have wings? Or head?
No.
What are they saying?
No, they're not paying attention to you. They're focused on the fact that it's springtime.
Fucking.
I'm gonna.
I did not try to do that, so I know nothing.
You don't know how to speak to animals, but
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm just gonna leave them be. I was like,
I didn't need to know that.
Birds and the bees. Let's go. Dun, 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 dun. Come on,
Um,
Sasana.